What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my iPhone 7 cracked screen replacement video. For those of you guys that don't know me or are watching me for the first time, my name is Richard. I am the owner of San Diego Cell Phone Repair. So what this channel is about, it's about teaching others how to repair phones like these so they can make money and hopefully they can change their lives, just like how phone repair changed my life. Little quick story before I begin. Before I started repairing phones, I was working at a guitar shop. I was making around $20,000 to $21,000 a year, working a full-time income. Now I make over 6 figures in profit a year for the last 5 years in a row. So I went from making nothing, absolutely nothing, to making something. So how do I do that? Is by repairing phones like these. For instance, the iPhone 7. This iPhone 7 is still the phone that I repair the most, even though this phone came out 2 years ago. For instance, in my shop, I charge $100 to fix the screen on this phone. The screen now today on February the 22nd, as I'm filming this, the part cost me $17 to buy the part. $100 I charge, that gives me an $83 profit. Now, let's take this phone right here, the iPhone 10, as I like to call it, the iPhone X. 1 year later, after this phone has come out, I am still making $200 in profit repairing this one single phone. And if you want to see how that works out, go watch my iPhone 10 or X video, however you want to call it, and I show exactly how that's possible. The next video that I'm going to probably put up is with this phone. This is actually a cool looking phone, even though I'm a Samsung kind of person. But yeah, this is the iPhone XR, and that'll probably be my next video. So if you guys have any other questions before I start and want to know how to fix phones, just watch all my other videos. You guys will get the whole picture. Okay, so let's get this started. How to repair the iPhone 7 screen. Let's do it. Okay, so before we get this started, these are going to be some of the things that you're going to need to repair this phone. And if you don't have these at home, look in the description underneath the video. There's going to be links to get these exact items. You're going to need a tri-tip screwdriver, a regular cell phone screwdriver, and a pentalobe screwdriver. Maybe I might need this and some of these things. That is this. I just tear this thing off and it turns into that. Oh, and one of these right here. If you're at home, a do-it-yourselfer, I'm sure a hair dryer will work just as fine. But if you're trying to start a business out of this, buy a heater, buy a heat gun. Okay, so, all right. This is actually my friend's phone. She mailed it to me so I can fix it. So guess what? Making a video out of your phone, I believe so. This is probably her dog, I'm assuming. Okay, so here we go. So first, you're going to need to take the bottom 2 screws off with this pentalobe screwdriver. And the only reason why this screwdriver exists is just to only take the 2 screws out of the bottom of the phone. Now, since this phone, I'm pretty sure, has never been opened up before, it's going to be a little tough to open up the screen. So, we're going to use this heat gun. And we're going to blow around the edges. Why am I doing this? The reason why I'm doing this is because there's so much adhesive, because this phone is water resistant, that the heat makes it easier to open up. So basically what I get is I use a gift card. The reason why is so you don't scratch this metal thing. take this out. Here we go. Open it just like this. Phone opens. You see all that gooey gunk up here? That means this phone has never been opened. Blow a little heat at the top. This thing is going to swing out this way. I know a lot of the older models, they swing out this way up at the top. This one swings to the side. Okay, so here we go. We are in the inside of the phone. And this is where the other screwdrivers come in to play. So we're going to need this tri-tip screwdriver. So here we go. Watch how I'm laying these screws out, because all of these screws, they're different sizes. So I put that there, and these are the bottom 2 screws, right? You guys remember that. I'm putting them over here, bottom 2 screws. So there's 1, there's 2. Remember, watch how I'm laying everything out. 3, here we go. 4, and you see how I lay it in an L shaped? The reason why I do that is because this thing right here, this shield, is in the shape of an L. So when you go put the screws back into the phone, you know exactly how they go. You know that these match up. Boom, 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 right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do first, or which I've already did, the battery is unplugged. Before you do anything, go straight to the battery, unplug it, unplug that. See that gooey stuff? That's water resistant stuff. Okay, anyways, all right. So you're gonna have to start switching around screwdrivers during this. You see how I was using that yellow screwdriver? Now I'm back to this screwdriver. All right, I'll put this right here, look. This one right there, it's the same thing. Every time you take something off, you're gonna, like, see those 2 screws goes with that matching little metal shield bracket. Unclip that, and there you go. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna start at the top. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that you have to take out for the earpiece, the ear speaker. So 1, remember how I'm taking them out. Top left, top right. See how I'm aligning them in a row? This keeps everything organized. Yes, and these screws coming out that I'm taking out now, they are different sizes. And I got 1 more. This is gonna be my 5th screw. 2 at the top, 3 on the bottom. See this? 2 at the top. Well, the 2 go right here, and then 3 at the bottom. Put that right there. Take the little ear speaker out, put it there. So you kind of see like how everything's, you guys kind of get the way that I'm doing everything, right? Now I'm gonna go straight to the home button area. So I'm gonna do 1, and I'm just gonna go straight across. There's that. These screwdrivers are magnetic. So as you see, right there, I'm gonna take out 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it. Already taken out 1. Taking out 2. Taking out the 3rd one. 3. And the final last one. 4. And as you guys can see, place that right there. So you know how everything goes, and you don't get all these screws mixed up. Okay? So what I'm gonna do now is unhook the home button. Now this home button, you have to kind of be careful with, because this is how I unhook. I want to show you that. I already unhooked it, but I want to show you guys. What I do is I take this, they call this a plastic spudger. If you go on eBay, you'll find these. It's non-static plastic spudger. Okay. You go like this, and then you unhook it. Easy as that. So I am going to take the home button out. What I like to do is blow a little bit of heat on this side because this home button cable, it's stuck against the screen. So go like this. A little bit. It just makes it easier to take out. Some people do it, some people don't. I like to use heat. So I take this, see how thin this is? That's super thin and it flexes. So what I like to do, I like to go underneath the cable, just like this. Just like that, you slide the tool underneath. And then this thing comes out. Just like this. Get that in focus right there. You see that? Comes out just like this. You don't want to bend this. You see these little chips right here? Sometimes I get people that say like, I don't know, they're trying to fix the 7 and then the home button stopped working. It's probably because these chips, when you're pulling, you don't, okay, so here's the thing. This is what you do not do. You don't grab this thing and just try to yank it out. That's probably the reason why I blow heat back here. So this thing comes out gently, just like that. We'll put this to the side. And if you start bending chips or start being aggressive with this thing is gonna stop working. Your home button's not gonna work anymore. Okay, so here's the thing what I use with heat again. And I'm almost done just taking stuff out of here. There's almost nothing left. So I'm gonna blow heat on this side. The reason why is because these wires are stuck with adhesive. They're stuck with adhesive right here. And if you just grab this and just pull it out, this cable is gonna get damaged or something's gonna rip. So what you're gonna do is gonna blow some heat right here. Okay, so then I can pull this out and it should come out pretty easy. Easy like this. Just like this. Boom, there you go. This right here is this little front selfie camera and proximity sensor. Let's put this right here. Get this out of the way. Oh, and then you're gonna see these little plastic things right here. You see these little plastic things? There's this little circle thing right here. And there's this little rectangle square piece right here. You're gonna need those. So what you do is you get your tool like this because you have to transfer these onto the new screen. So the little bit of heat makes it come out easy because this thing is still warm. Boom, these things already came out. You need these. You transfer these on the new screen. These right there. Okay, so final thing I'm gonna do is there's screws right here, 3 screws right here, and 3 screws on the side, and then we'll be done with this screen. So once again, watch how I lay these out. I know I'm running out of space in this camera view, but I'm gonna put them right here. 1, 2, 3. And we're almost done. We're almost at the halfway point. So if what you are seeing if you're looking at this video, let me put this up. See, these are going out of the camera view. If what you are seeing looks easy to you, guess what? It's because it is easy. And that's an easy $80 in profit that you guys can make if you aren't doing this already yourselves. So here we go. You're going to take this metal shield because it's going to get transferred to the new screen. And I don't know why I'm not showing this. Okay, so here, blow a little heat. And then this should come out. See how it comes out easier when you blow heat? So that's all for this screen. As you guys saw, this was a good crack screen. The LCD works perfectly fine. It was just the glass that was cracked. You keep this screen. You now just got a free screen. It's a free, authentic screen with Apple logos on the wires. You can refurbish this and you can reuse this. You can reuse it on somebody else's phone. Okay, so here we got the new screen. And we are going to test this screen out first to make sure everything works out fine. So the reason why I do that is so you don't waste your time putting everything back together and putting the phone back together, and then you go to turn it on and then boom, the screen doesn't work, right? So you don't want to waste time. So what you do is you test the screen out first. And I do this earlier. I don't usually wait to this point to do this, but okay, so we're putting back the home button. And as you can see, there's little notches. You see this little kind of like thing right there? You see this little thing that sticks out? You align it just like this. The way that they make these screens, they kind of make them so they're like dummy proof. So you know where everything goes exactly. So everything aligns perfectly. So we'll do that. And then I'll grab this and I'll plug this in here. Sometimes if you don't plug these things in, the phone knows that something's not plugged in. So what ends up happening is the phone just stays hung on an Apple logo and it won't come on because it knows something is wrong. So I plug this in and you plug this in. Okay, so let's power this on. There it is. There's that. As this thing is coming on, once it turns on, we're going to test it real quick. So as you guys can see, we're at the halfway point already. See, everything works fine. The home button works. It went home. There's the dog, ruff ruff. Okay, so everything looks good. All right, so we're gonna unplug this. Now, this is officially the halfway point. We're gonna take all this right here and we're gonna stick it back. We're gonna transfer it, what we took off from this screen, and we're gonna put all this onto this screen. So here we go. I'm gonna start with the metal shield. I'm gonna take these two pieces of tape off too. So you don't need these on here. We'll get rid of that, put it up there. There we go. Goes just like this. I don't know if you guys can hear that. They are some drunk people that are outside coming out of Hooters, so they're going whoop whoop. But okay, so anyways, so we're gonna start off with this. You see these screws right here? Okay, I forgot to mention this. Look, you see how I got these in a row? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is because, as you guys see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here we go. Screw number 1. Screw number 1. Number 2. Number 3. I'm going to flip the screen around. Number 4. Number 5. And number 6. This phone, if like, let's say if I wasn't talking through this whole process and I was just focusing on everything and not being in awkward like positions, this phone, it takes you like 10 minutes to fix. Okay, so we're gonna start the next thing, the home button. Here we go. If you guys had one in your hand right now, which you guys probably do, because that's probably how you found this video, is your phone's probably broken. Unless you're watching my videos to further your knowledge. Okay, here we go. Right to left. Remember, there's 4 screws there. Number 3 coming up now. So repairing this screen, I mean, look what I'm really doing. All you're basically doing is unscrewing a bunch of screws and then screwing back a bunch of screws. All right. Here's the thing too. Feel this too. Because sometimes if these screws are too tight, this thing, you'll start to feel it too much. So what you do, you can loosen these up a little bit and feel if it feels right. That feels right now. It didn't before. I loosened it a little bit. Now it feels perfect now. Okay, so finally using this. Take this little sticker off. Here, screw this. We'll just take it off like that. Okay, so now these little plastic things come into place. Remember where I told you guys right here to save these little pieces? You're gonna align them up just like this. They only fit in one way. And then gonna grab this here, unhook that. Never unhook things. I actually had someone just yesterday that tried to fix their screen on their phone so they can save some money, and they freaking screwed everything up. What they did, since they probably didn't have the right tools like this, I'm sure they didn't have this. What a lot of people at home, what they do is they'll take like a screwdriver like this like flathead, and then they'll unhook connections with this. So what you end up doing is you end up scraping little tiny microchips on the motherboard because you're digging under the stuff, and you end up screwing a fuse or something ends up breaking. Your phone is freaking screwed up if you do that, okay? So that's something that I wanted to share with you guys so you guys don't do that to your phone. Always use something like this to unhook things. Okay, so front selfie camera. Remember how it looks? Go like this. Put that there. Make sure it fits in. Everything should fit in easy. If it's not, you're putting something in. You see how these little notches are? You see that? They put those in the screen. So it's just to align everything. It makes everything easier. Okay, boom, there you go. That's how it looks. See that? There you go. Okay, next thing, ear speaker. Make sure you align it up. You see those little, I don't know, what is that, copper thing? The points, the little connection points, they touch. That's how it works. Go just like that. You're gonna wrap this around like this. And remember this other plastic piece, the circle looking thing? You are gonna, it only fits one way. You're gonna see how it's gonna fit. Okay, so how you see, I don't know if you can see it. You see on the top left, it has that little cutout. Cutout is on the top left. Then the selfie camera fits into the little circle thing like this. Just like this. Now you line up the holes. This thing goes here. Everything aligns. I don't know how that thing jumped out, but it did. Okay, here we go. That goes there. Start putting screws. We're gonna go the top right. Top left. And then the 3 screws on the bottom. Bottom far right. The middle on the bottom and the middle. And then the left one. I'll probably edit this video a little bit just to speed this process up, but basically we're almost done. Okay, so all we have to do now is connect this. When I first started learning this 2 years ago, whenever this phone was like brand new, I had a little bit of trouble plugging things in because it just plugged in weird. If you see this cable, it's kind of like, see how it's shaped? It goes like this. So the easiest way that I plug this in is I plug this in first. See, I grab it here and then I plug it in like this. Just like that. It's easier this way. Now you got access to put this here, just like this, and put the 2 screws that belong with it. So we are going to put the 2 screws that belong there. One right there. One right there. There we go. Boom. Now the only thing is left is plugging that in, plugging this in, plugging this in. We're almost done. Getting the shield. This is the last shield that's gonna go. Go like this. Get your screwdriver. Pentalobe screwdriver. No, this one's the tri-tip. Or they call it the Y-wing or something, but anyways, it's an iPhone screwdriver, okay? Third one. So at this point, sometimes this little thing gets in the way. So sometimes you might have to move it a little bit. Because this little square thing, see this little square rectangle looking thing right here? It's gonna fit in this little slot. So, time to close up the phone. Go like this. This is how you close it. For some of you guys, this might be the very first time you're doing it. You don't just grab this thing and just try to close it. It goes in a certain way. It has little hooks or notches at the top. You see these things right here? They hook underneath in the inside. So what you do is you get this. You see that? You see how I did that? Underneath and go like that. Then you're gonna go like this. From side to side. There you go. It's all in. Turn the phone on. And then the final 2 screws on the bottom, and then we're all done. One right there, the bottom. Your final screw. And then we are all finished. That is it. There's the phone. There's the screen. Boom, 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 boom. Everything works perfectly. Like this. Boom. Wow, this came on. Chelsea, it's time for bed. Go to bed by 2030, which you're on military time. Chelsea, go to bed by, what is it? You go to bed by 11:30 to get a full 7 hours, 30 minutes of sleep. Okay, so here we go. That is all done. We are finished with this. We are done. All right, so if this video helped you in any way, please give it a like, drop a comment. As you guys can see, check this out. It is Friday night at 11:18 p.m. Friday night. Friday night, what are you guys doing? I'm here in this shop making this video for you guys. But yeah, I'm done for the day. And should I go to Hooters next door and get a beer for my Friday night? I don't know. It's right there, right next door to me. But yeah, so if you guys want to see any of my other videos, if you guys are new, I have plenty of other videos on my channel now. Plenty of helpful videos. Watch them. Trust me, I believe that you'll like them. Okay, so I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.